So under the Rogers folder, the part that you said was the apprehension of Eppinger, that's not actually, whose body cam is that, or what is that? Or is it the same thing, just under two separate witnesses? I mean, you had mentioned with the Rogers file, the interaction with Eppinger, Johnson's interaction with Eppinger, and the apprehension of Eppinger. So is that actually going to be coming in through McKessie, the apprehension part?
The apprehension part is coming through McKessie, but what we've done is all of the body cams are in one evidence.com folder. And so we...
All right, so but that's the same thing in two different places.
Different folders.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you'll get us those timestamps. All right, then we move to Captain Wofford. And what's this about?
So Captain Wofford, that is the surveillance video for the stabbing of Mr. Rayshawn Bennett. And it shows the entirety of that interaction between Mr. Myrick and Mr. Bennett.
Captain Wofford is a gentleman who came into the pod after the altercation and was wearing the body cam?
Yes, but he's also able to serve as the custodian of the Pelco system, which is the jail surveillance system.
Okay, but the in this folder, the Axon stuff, that's Captain Wofford's?
Yes.
Okay, and so we'll make sure that you will make sure that this is not cumulative.
Yes, Your Honor, because the body cam videos only once the stabbing occurred. The surveillance shows everything leading up to the stabbing.
Okay.
And Your Honor, my other concern now, I'm going off of my prior review of this. My recollection and belief is that Mr. Bennett on these body cams doesn't say a whole lot, but at this point, my understanding certainly is Mr. Bennett is not testifying in this case. So I just think we have to, and I'm going to ask the state to make sure that anything that they seek to introduce to these body cams does not contain testimonial statements concerning the events that had occurred.
Yes, I think what's on the video, we would arguably excited utterances because it's a lot of once he was stabbed. I don't believe he made any statements to the police regarding who did it. And so our intentions would not be to introduce anything like that. It'll be primarily once he's
Does anybody get the vibe that we're spending days and days holding the state's hand, helping them with their case and their lack of preparation? I mean, it seems obvious, but does it feel weird? Like if they're not ready, this is what they were supposed to do. So if you catch the vibe of giving right now, is it possible? It's like a plant, right? When Speedy Whitaker, when Paige interjects herself the way she does like this, it's almost like, hey, go in there and just help them. Help them, man. Help them with their case. Right? You catch the vibe I'm throwing, if you listen from that perspective while we go through this stuff, these non-jury days, whatever the case is. I mean, hey, it's on them. So if every 5 seconds they bring somebody up and it's objection, it's still their fault for stuff they didn't do. So then if there's no penalty, because there really was no consequence to all of this, there's no mistrial, there was no great, the prosecution team was not removed, replaced, etc. Right? So if you bypass consequence, then this is just a third hand. This is just somebody helping. You dig? And now we get to painfully endure observing and commentating and analyzing crap that should have already been taken care of months and months and months. In fact, most of these things, most of these things that are being fleshed out should have been deeply understood before even indicting these guys. You understand what I'm saying? So you're going back years of saying, wait a minute, where's the full depth of understanding even from the state at this point? You don't see it. Many times you don't see it. Okay. What are we doing here? It's like cheating. The vibe is like allegedly Paige is cheating, like Paige is helping them with their case, giving them time without consequence, giving them direction, giving them opportunity to fix their junk without consequence. You see what I'm saying? So let's say she had that Paige had removed Hilton and Love, okay? And now the new attorneys, she's going to hold their hand and help them, work through this stuff. In days like this, everybody understands these cats are new on the case. There's stuff that needs to be done. Okay, y'all, come on, let's get it. It still would be weird, but you see how it would feel differently though? It would feel like, okay, well, there was a consequence. So now the judge is kind of leaning towards the state because she's trying to help, because she knows she gave the consequence. So now she's doing what she can, kind of crossing the line, borderline, allegedly, to help them get caught up. You dig? It would be a different vibe, but no consequence and all this help. Yo, it's like you're cheating. What do you think, brothers and sisters?
Apprehended more of the excited utterances and presence and